What happens when a beloved star, adored by millions, finds himself in the unforgiving grip of military training? What if the very institution designed to protect him fails to provide the safety and care that both he and his family expect? As Jungkook, the golden magne of BTS, embarks on his mandatory military service, his family faces profound disappointment and anxiety over the circumstances surrounding his training. Are they justified in their concerns? Can anyone truly be prepared for the emotional turmoil that comes with such a significant life change? In this in-depth exploration, we unravel the layers of Jungkook's military experience, his family's fears, the expectations of fans, and the complex relationship between celebrity and duty. It is a well-known fact that Jungkook, the youngest member of the globally renowned K-pop sensation BTS, has always had the weight of the world on his shoulders. With millions of fans who look up to him, his every move is scrutinized, celebrated, and dissected. But beneath the glitz and glamour lies the reality of his recent transition into military service, a rite of passage that every South Korean male must undertake. While the nation honors this tradition, Jungkook's family cannot shake off their worry. How can one navigate the duality of being a national treasure and a soldier? In their eyes, Jungkook is not just a superstar. He is their son, brother, and beloved family member. As Jungkook began his military training, his family found themselves grappling with a whirlwind of emotions. The excitement of his enlistment was quickly overshadowed by a sense of unease. How could they trust an institution that seemed ill-equipped to safeguard their son? Reports began to surface about inadequate facilities, harsh training conditions, and a lack of personalized attention for recruits, especially those who come from high-profile backgrounds. The questions began to pile up. Would Jungkook receive the same treatment as every other recruit, or would his fame put him at greater risk? While the military is known for fostering discipline and resilience, can it truly cater to the unique needs of an idol who has spent his life in the public eye? The family's disappointment became palpable as they learned about the challenges Jungkook faced during training. Was the military prepared to handle mental health issues that might arise from the pressures of fame? These questions weighed heavily on their hearts. Jungkook's mother, in particular, felt the brunt of this emotional upheaval. As a parent, her instinct was to protect her child, and now she found herself feeling powerless. Despite his successes, he was still her little boy, and the thought of him facing difficulties without her support filled her with dread. Would he have someone to lean on during tough times? How could she remain strong when her heart ached with worry? In interviews, she expressed her hopes that the military would take proper care of Jungkook, but she couldn't shake the feeling of disappointment when reports filtered through the media about a lack of resources for recruits. Her fears were compounded by the stories of other soldiers who faced mental health challenges during their service. Would Jungkook become another statistic in a system that struggled to cater to the emotional needs of young men? As the army rallied around Jungkook, their unwavering support was evident. But with that support came the pressure of expectations. Fans often feel a sense of ownership over their idols, and in Jungkook's case, this was no different. They sent messages of encouragement, flooded social media with love, and organized campaigns to ensure that he felt supported during his time away. Yet some challenges arose. Was this support genuine, or did it inadvertently add to the pressure he was already experiencing? In the midst of military drills and intense training, how could Jungkook navigate the fine line between being the idol that fans adore and the soldier that the military expects him to be? The emotional roller coaster became evident, and his family's disappointment grew each day as they observed the toll it took on his well-being. As Jungkook's family continued to express their concerns, the military found itself under intense scrutiny. How could they ensure the safety and mental health of recruits, especially those like Jungkook, who come from unique backgrounds? The South Korean government has long touted the importance of military service, but it was becoming increasingly clear that reforms were necessary to address the changing landscape of soldier welfare. Reports began to emerge about cases of bullying, mental health issues, and inadequate training environments. These stories resonated with Jungkook's family, who felt that the military had a moral obligation to protect not just their son but all recruits. Would they take these concerns seriously, or would their pleas fall on deaf ears? As the family's disappointment grew, they found themselves at a crossroads. Should they remain silent, or should they use their voice to advocate for reforms within the military system? The question of whether to speak up weighed heavily on them. Could one family's experience catalyze a broader conversation about the treatment of soldiers, particularly those who come from high-pressure environments? In private conversations, Jungkook's family began discussing the possibility of reaching out to military officials to express their concerns. The thought of standing up for their son felt daunting, but they recognized that change was necessary. Would they have the courage to make their voices heard? As Jungkook neared the end of his training, the anticipation of his return home loomed large. Would he be the same Jungkook they had always known? Would the experience transform him in ways they couldn't foresee? When the day finally arrived, it was a tumultuous mix of excitement, apprehension, and love. The reunion was emotional, filled with tears and laughter as they embraced him tightly. Jungkook's family expressed their pride, but underlying their joy was a sense of relief that he had made it through the experience relatively unscathed. However, the scars of anxiety and disappointment lingered, and conversations about the military experience quickly surfaced in the weeks following Jungkook's return. His family took time to reflect on the journey they had undergone. They shared their concerns, their fears, and their hopes for the future. What lessons could they draw from this experience? How could they support Jungkook in moving forward? As they sat together, they realized that while disappointment had clouded their perception of the military, their love for Jungkook remained steadfast. They vowed to advocate for better conditions for all recruits, believing that no family should feel the way they had. Would they be able to make a difference? The story of Jungkook and his family's journey through military service is one of love, disappointment, and the quest for change. As they navigate the complexities of fame and duty, they remind us of the human aspect behind the glittering facade of celebrity. Jungkook's experience is not just a tale of a star in uniform, but a reflection of a family striving to support their loved one while advocating for a system that must evolve to meet the needs of its recruits. As the world watches Jungkook's journey unfold, one thing becomes clear. Behind every idol is a family that loves them, fears for their safety, and hopes for their happiness. Will Jungkook emerge from this experience stronger than ever, or will the shadows of disappointment linger? Ultimately, only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Their story is far from over, and in the end, the military experience may not have been what they had hoped for, but it has sparked a conversation that could lead to meaningful change. In a world where fame and duty collide, the fight for better treatment and understanding is a battle worth waging. As Jungkook's family stands at the forefront, they carry with them the hopes of many, determined to ensure that no recruit feels alone in their journey.